facilitating the students. The second pillar is this idea of the 4 C's, these 21st century skills, been going on for the past few decades. Definitely not revolutionary or new, but useful and incorporated into every STEAM lesson you're going to do. Every lesson, they're collaborating, communicating with each other, creating something using critical thinking. Take a look at the middle picture on this slide. We understand that this is not necessarily an immersion classroom. This is leaning more towards bilingual. Now, we want to speak English as much as possible, 100% if possible. But the Vietnamese TA will be there with you to support the students with translation and native language explanations, because we will be sometimes tackling difficult concepts with English deficient students. Because our lessons intend to jump up to the top level of Bloom's taxonomy as quickly as possible. This inverted pyramid, we are working at the top, creating and evaluating, analyzing right away in a lot of the lessons. So that you're gonna find, I think, that the support of the Vietnamese TA is very important and extremely helpful to the students' learning. The way that we're going to be doing this critical thinking and this evaluating and analyzing is through the use of investigations. This is our third pillar, investigative learning. I want you all to have in your head the idea that the word activity is a dirty word. It's a bad word. An activity, well, let's look at what an activity is. Imagine a teacher standing at the front of the room with all the materials to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and all the students on their desk, have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And the teacher says, "No one touch your peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Watch me do it." And then they take them step by step. And then the teacher leads the students step by step through making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. At the end of this lesson, every kid's going to have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and that's a successful activity. But look inside the skills that the kids are learning, like following instructions and obedience. Sure, that's great, but we want them to formulate their own way to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Now, this is not that idea of everybody's peanut butter and jelly sandwich is equal. It's this idea that we need them to find the way to make the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich we can. Look at the bottom of this table. It's the difference between how can we improve a weak bridge versus teaching them how to build a suspension bridge. All of the investigations center around a question, a problem, a real world problem if we can. And the teacher isn't necessarily controlling the way they're thinking, but supporting how they're thinking. Investigations by nature are more inquisitive, and they take a lot of critical thinking to accomplish, because the path and the answer